All right, what's good, everybody? Like, share, subscribe. Cash App, $ Western Spotty. I got some chocolate in my mouth, so forgive me here. How's everyone today? So, just picking back up where we left off here. I meant to do this video last night, but I figured I'd get to it today. So, P. Diddy, Sean Combs. You guys that are in the know, particularly if you subscribe to this channel, you know who he is by now. You know what he's done. You know what he's facing. And, I'm pretty sure you guys heard a lot of the stories about his case and, what other people have said, testimonies and things of that nature. And Friday, there's going to be his sentencing. So, I happened to look at Ticket TV. Shout out to Ticket TV that he talked about this last night. And I guess the recommendation that was made from the prosecution based on the two charges that he was going up for, a pros charge and then a Mann Act, is 11 years from what I understand, okay? So the defense are going to recommend time served, 14, 15 months, all right, to where he could be out by the holidays, okay? And it could be a slight chance he may end up getting it, I wouldn't be surprised. But it's going to be up to the judge, ladies and gentlemen, to make the final decision, okay, on how much time that he's going to get, okay? A lot of guys that I'm subscribed to, and they know who I am, one, I think Ticket said probably about 10 years, okay, if I'm not mistaken. A couple other guys probably said probably like 7 years, something like that, okay? As I said, that he's going to be in for a time, and he will be alive when he gets out. But it's one of the things I believe in this type of climate, okay, where people are mad at him, all right, and he could potentially face, a chance of getting a taste of his own medicine, that they're not going to let him out, okay? But here's what I'm trying to say, y'all, okay? Because I ended up getting a couple of negative responses the other day about chance of him getting made retrial for a Mann Act, okay? How can you become guilty of something and then you're just going to get out and just just go home? You cannot, that's not going to happen. That's what I'm saying there, ladies and gentlemen. So that's what on the comments, one of the guys was saying, okay, about I'm wrong, I got this all wrong and this and that. Man, I probably have made about 100 videos about Diddy, okay? Everything from the case to incidents or whatever that happened, and then other people, like his bodyguards and people that worked for him and things of that nature, their testimonies as well, from his mom, that kind of thing, his children, girlfriends and things like that. So I think that between there and I have read a lot of the documents that he had, like the civilly and criminal cases. I think that I know somewhat of what I'm talking about, all right? And then from other crime investigating stuff that I've looked at for many, many years, okay? Now, let me say this. The judge is going to look at several variables, and I believe that they already did. That they look at three things, y'all. type of offense, gruesomeness of it, and then lack of remorse. Okay, so they could have got him on a lot of other stuff. All right, and I feel a lot of people feel, and I also feel that he may have been overcharged. But I believe the FBI wanted to show the propensity of what they could do. Okay, of what they could do, and no, that is not a RICO because he was not doing, that type of stuff to make any type of profit. Okay, that was to satisfy his own flesh. I may say, because Diddy already had money doing other things, legitimate things. So no, okay. But it's my understanding that was brought up about the way that he treated Cassie, beating up on women, that type of stuff. He hung a girl over, I believe a Bianca girl, over a doggone balcony. Okay, they talked about the Gina girl. Okay, the way that she was treated, and the way that he treated his employees and things of that nature. Speaking of which, it came out that Cassie and that cook had wrote a letter to the judge. I was listening to some of it today. Ticket TV was talking about it. Yeah, I've been heavy on, Ticket TV. All right, I believe that that these individuals, these two ladies, they fear for their life. Cassie and then the cook. Okay, just in case he end up getting let go. All right, yeah, that they're terrified for their lives. Because they're afraid that he'll get out and Diddy might try to get at him. That's why, and I made that video the other day that he may get retried for a Mann Act, okay, and so forth, because what they're doing is they're preparing a new indictment, okay, where they can bring in new, participants and things of that nature. You bring the same participants because they had took a plea deal or they decided to cooperate for immunity, meaning that they belong to the FBI. Okay, anytime that they have to come back and testify, then they have to come back, or they broke that, they broke the oath. It is what it is. Okay, but I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But I don't think that he's going to get a retrial. Okay, but we're going to find out, because there's a chance that it may go longer. Okay, this, may go longer. I don't know. Okay, some people said that this case could go on 2 or 3 years. All right, me personally, it's my opinion, I don't think so. But let's just say if Diddy decides he wants to get at somebody, okay, per se, okay, then they're gonna bring him back in, and they're going to do a new case, okay, with a new indictment and things like that, and they're going to put the hammer on Diddy. All right. So I don't think he's going to be retried. I believe he's going to get sentenced. Okay, I don't know, 7 to 10 years. A chance he may end up, you do 85%, you might could get out a little bit early. So that the defense or the prosecution is recommending 11 years. Okay, for those crimes and things like that, and they factor these variables. And a couple of things or whatever, okay, that once again, that I've done enough of these videos and I've looked at all the notes and things like that. I know somewhat of what I'm talking about, and what you guys need to do, if it applies to you guys that putting them negative comments, is and to listen, okay. And if you've been keeping up this case, you would know what you're talking about, but obviously you don't. So I'm out. Let me know what you think about the video. I'm going to have more content coming a little bit later.